shine bright star in the nighttime. I'ma go hard when it's my time. Yeah, I'm hard and I'm light. You know you can't pause when the time's right. Sitting in the stars and watching you. You gotta ride the tug away.
Good evening and welcome to Chatbox with Sam. Tonight's special edition is regarding Island in the Stars, Aussie sci-fi feature film. We hope you enjoyed this short clip, Island in the Stars, and we will play that now.
And what we're talking about is a wonderful film I'll be doing called Island in the Stars.
Island in the Stars is the story of a young woman named Jackie Driscoll who, on a faraway planet, encounters a roguish space pirate who has with him a mysterious box that may lead to her missing father, as her destiny lies hidden on an island in the stars.
So my name is Emily Coop. I am an actor, singer-songwriter, and I'm playing Jackie. Island in the Stars is pretty much Pirates of the Caribbean meets Star Wars. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
It's the kind of movie that 14-year-old Tom would have been like, I want to see this! I have to see this movie! Because I think you should be making films, you should be making art that you yourself want to see.
So when we started putting this together, I just started going through my Rolodex of 40 years odd of people, not just people in front of the camera, but people behind the camera, people that I know, calling in favors and talking to people, because I think that this film deserves to have the best.
Obviously working with Dream Screens Australia is huge. They're an amazing, talented group of people, and the technology they're bringing into film is just fantastic.
It's going to be wonderful, and seriously, I'll be ringing a lot of you up to see this and pestering the heck out of you to get this film made, because I think it's wonderful.
Island in the Stars is truly an epic science fiction adventure film.
Island in the Stars allows for all of these elements to come together in this confluence of a movie that I want to see, that is a action, adventure, fantasy, science fiction movie.
It will be fun, you will love it, and we will do everything we can to make it the best that there is. So please. This film will remind you of what you've missed out on and show you that it's still there, and you'll be able to talk to your kids and say, that's what it used to be like. Island in the Stars. I can't wait for you to see it.
Now that was epic. And we have tonight here Tom Konkle, the director, writer and producer. Lucinda Bruce.
Hello.
Hello, Tom. Lucinda Bruce is the producer.
Hello.
And joining us will be actor Vernon Wells. He's in Australia right now. Lucinda is in Australia. Tom Konkle is in the United States. There's Bonnie here, co-moderator. She will help you with the live chat. This is an amazing epic film for all the family. And what they want today is for you to be involved. They have an amazing crowdfunding campaign, Indiegogo site, which is in top of the live chat, which is pinned in there. If you go to that, you'll see the amazing perks where you can be involved with this film, and you can pick the perks and purchase them, and you can meet and greet Vernon, Emily Coop, Krista Vendy, cast of Island in the Stars. Tom, would you like to share?
Sure. First off, really grateful to be here. Your support has been amazing. This whole night is really about a group of people coming together with a purpose, and all of us supporting a independent venture like Island in the Stars. I feel very fortunate that, for the last almost 30 years, I've been making films and videos, mostly for other people, but occasionally for myself. And Island is really the sort of end of a very long journey for me. I got my feet wet doing a kind of effects-heavy film with Trouble Is My Business. It had 2,000 visual effects in it, and it created a world in the 1940s. But something I love is science fiction. And so when I approached this story, I wanted to do something that was a Hollywood-style film. But since Hollywood, I've been knocking and Hollywood hasn't let me in, I needed to find another way to make this film. And so with Lucinda and Mike and Vernon, it's really a bunch of really talented people coming together to make this film. And tonight's launch is an opportunity to buy the ticket when we need you to buy it, for some perks and for access, but most importantly, to keep this thing moving. Your contributions, your support of this film right now allow us to do those steps we need to do to kind of stick it to the man, so to speak, with Hollywood, because we're making a big canvas film, old school, the kind of movie I wish Hollywood was still making. And so I'm really grateful to be here tonight.
And thank you, Tom. And I will say this film is made in Australia. The production will be filming in Australia. It's an Australian film, and there's been many amazing Australian films out there. And it's got a fantastic cast. So would you like to share your thoughts, Lucinda, on, you put all the work into the Indiegogo page. The graphics is amazing, so...
I wish I could take credit. I wish I could take credit for all the graphics, but that was mainly Tom and Mike that did a lot of those beautiful, amazing graphics that you see. I mean, I put them all into some sort of semblance of an order on the Indiegogo page, but they're creative. Their vision of the story is what's really coming through in that imagery, and that I think we all, whether no matter where you come from, you've sometimes got these beautiful childhood fantasies, these far off worlds that you want to create. And as a kid, certainly for me, I was in my own world half the time and just dreaming about far off places and movies I'm going to make, and things like that. So it really is a vision, a combined vision of all of us that have been working on the project coming together, and it shows, I think, the love and the passion that we have for storytelling and the imagination for storytelling and creating these faraway worlds. And shooting it here in Australia, obviously, Australia is an amazing country. We have an amazing industry here, so much talent, untapped talent, untapped, creativity, because we're so far away from everywhere else. So, and just the talent here is amazing. I'm always amazed by the talent here. There's just so many people that I have as friends and colleagues that, it's just, they're overflowing with that, and they've got so many stories to tell. So it's really, it's a nice thing for me to be able to bring this opportunity here to Australia with these guys to involve a lot of people that I know love this sort of storytelling and will get behind it 150%.
Absolutely. And Emily Coop, she's a very talented actress, and Krista Vendy, she worked on Neighbours, right?
Yeah, she did. Chris is an incredible talent. Yeah,
that was a big hit in England as well when I was growing up. Neighbours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a very massively popular show. I mean, so popular that it recently went through a sort of a tumultuous time. It got cancelled, but the love of fans and the love of the culture that has grown up with it brought it back to life. And it's now sort of going again. And it's a staple of our that and Home and Away. I think they're staples of our industry here. It's kind of what you know, a lot of us, a lot of our content and a lot of our really good actors come from out of those sort of places, but that's not the only place they come from. So there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of untapped talent outside of those, you know, those sort of things that really do promote Australian talent, that they're the ones that we really want to bring to the limelight and shine and give the opportunity to sort of show off what they can do.
Absolutely. And what I'd like to say, because Tom is the writer and Mike was the co-writer, what inspired you? Because there's pirates in this, you know, it's futuristic.
It's a giant basket that I put everything 14-year-old Tom wants to see. Yeah, the inspiration came from a number of places. To dovetail sort of on what Lucinda said, ironically, when I was in college in the mid to late 80s, my paper, my final dissertation, was on the Australian New Wave of film. And so I studied it for about 2 years. I studied Peter Weir, George Miller, everyone, Nicholas Roeg, everyone that came out of Australia. And Vernon Wells was one of the actors on my radar because Mad Max was the first movie I convinced my dad to take me to that was R-rated. And I was 13 years old, and my dad's jaw dropped when we went to go see Mad Max. It was a bloody mess, and I was the most popular kid in the lunchroom because I could recount from memory every shot, every scene from that movie. So we would sit and eat lunch, and I would do the whole movie with all the dialogue for everybody. And I got in trouble, so I had to eat in the paint room after it because I used like ketchup packs for the blood, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I got in lots of trouble, but it was worth it. And then flash forward, having met Vernon, it was really a passion project before I knew him. I wanted to do a sort of Treasure Island, Jules Verne, old school movie that was an original work. Something that I really got dissatisfied with is a lot of movies now, most movies now, that come out of the sort of machine of Hollywood. I love movies in cinema, and I love Hollywood movies, but I felt like they got message heavy, they got very franchise driven, very remake, reboot, you know, existing properties, and I wasn't seeing anything that, for me, excited me as like original properties. Like I remember getting excited about Fifth Element. I was like, the Fifth Element looks great, and it's not based on anything, you know?
Right.
And so I started looking at classic literature, and I started discussing it with Mike, and we both found we had a deep love of the adventure stories from the 1800s, you know, that Jules Verne would do, or Treasure Island, all these, but we wanted to find a way to synthesize those. Those are in public domain, and they've been inspiring, you know, stories all along, but I thought, what's my spin on it? What's my take on it? And the minute it became a woman's journey to not only find what was at the end of this sort of map, this mysterious map, but the minute it became about living a life of quiet desperation. You know, I've often said to people, when you see someone not living their best life, it's a slow drip, but you're bleeding. And Jackie Driscoll, who Emily Coop is playing, is living that life. She's doing the right thing. She's there for her mom. She is running an inn. She is very much doing the thing that you need to do to be responsible, but she's not living her life. She's protecting herself from her life and her mom. And I thought, well, that's the classic Joseph Campbell call to adventure. And having read Hero with a Thousand Faces, you have this call to adventure, the rejection of it. You go on a journey, and hopefully through the hero you learn something. And in her case, it's very much finding out her power, making mistakes. She's definitely not infallible. She is a flawed character who finds that she has the strength to not only find a connection with her father, but also to confront large forces like space pirates and a mysterious planet. And all the things that around her are mentors. You know, they're older Australian legends that are literally mentoring this character, and she's learning from them. So it's very meta. You're meeting legendary Australian actors in the film who are playing characters that are important aspects of her. So the inspiration for it was, how do I take all of that and synthesize it into something that is fun, that grandma will go to the film and feel like on one level, You know, a guy like me at my age will be like, oh, finally, like something different. And then a kid will enjoy it on another level because it's got space battles, it's got sword fights, it's got everything that I love in one place. But it's all wrapped in something that it's about something. Films need to be about something. Often films now are about themselves, or they're reflecting on, you know, it's like, it's Star Trek and look how we know Star Trek. It's like, no, classic Star Trek was about something. And the important mandate when we were writing it is, let's make it about something, all the while making it fun. And so that's a very long answer to your question, but that is exactly where the inspiration is.
Well, I wanted it to be long. I didn't want a short synopsis. I wanted a large synopsis.
Then you've come to the right place. Yeah.
Yes.
I do. And
The live interview be over in 5 minutes.
I know. Otherwise, good night. Thank you very much for showing up.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.
I love what Vernon.
Boxed. Yeah.
Oh, really? I love what Vernon said. He said, "Together, let's breathe life into Island in the Stars." And I love when he said that. It was very, very descriptive. And this mysterious box. And Vernon plays the name. I'm not going to pronounce it because I'm terrible.
Argentum.
Argentum. There you go.
Yeah.
Which is a nod to Long John Silver, because Argentum is the word for silver. So the duplicitous Long John Silver pirate character factors very much because it's a bucket list role that Vernon has always wanted to play. And so when I asked him, what do you want to do? You know, what before you kick off from this mortal
Kick the bucket.
I know, kick the bucket.
What's your bucket list? He said, you know what, I'd love to play a duplicitous character like Long John Silver. And I went, are you kidding? And so we found out he's genetically designed to play this character, is what I like to say about him. He is literally genetically designed to play him.
And he will hopefully be joining us. We just know that he was traveling, and I think we've just had some technical issues getting him onto the call because he was actually flying from LA to Australia. He left on Monday night, and he should be sort of getting himself settled in. So hopefully he'll be joining us very soon. It was a bit of a delay, unfortunately, in his travel.
And Australia's a long way away, you know.
It is. It's a very. We're on another. Might as well be on another planet, you know.
I know, right? It's like,
Which is
good
ironic.
morning, Lucinda. When I called her earlier, we're not called. It was on the good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. It's like, yeah. We're in the future. We can see. We can tell you at least 17 hours ahead what's happened. So,
can you send me the lottery numbers? I want to know
Sure.
what they are.
We're really putting some bets out of Australia. But the other thing I really wanted to say is the reason Lucinda really resonated with us, and she's terrific, by the way, I have to say, not only did she bring much needed female energy to this project, but she is so creative. And the way that I saw Lucinda was she came to the screening of my film, and she was so sweet, and she's like, she knew Vernon, you know, she was being very nice, and she gave me her business card, which both of us promptly forgot. And then a year later, somebody ran into her at the American Film Market and was like, oh yeah, I'm here with Lucinda. And we're like, oh, tell her that. And then we finally hooked up and we realized
that was Eric, wasn't it? It was Eric Erickson that ran into me at the American Film Market. Yeah, good old Eric. Shout out to Eric.
Shout out to Eric.
Put her in our path, and we would be poorer for not having her. She is a terrific producer. She's patient. She knows so much about the process of filmmaking, but at the same time is a dreamer. She's pragmatic, but what I like about Lucinda is at the end of the day, she does what a really good producer and manager does, which is, okay, these are the problems, but I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make your vision happen. And so anyone that's lucky enough to work with her as a producer, not only does it free you up to be creative, but you're not getting that sort of push-pull where it's just someone saying no and doesn't give you a reason. Or it's not someone where you're like, can I please have rain in the window? And she's like, okay, I hate these people want rain, but I will have rain. You know,
I will make it rain.
She will make it rain, and she's an incredible producer and asset to an independent film.
And Tom's okay too. Tom's all right, you know.
He's all right, sport.
He's all right. No.
Keeps me real, yeah. But I did want to say that because it's not just a
That's
gimmick
funny, Lucinda.
that we're filming in Australia. It's not at all a gimmick.
No.
It is a conscious decision to find the voice of the characters in the Australian culture, to kind of have fun with the idea of a colonial Australia really becoming a superpower, moving out into space, and a sort of nautical feel to the film. I think audience members are going to love this film because you haven't seen a lot of Australian space operas or science fiction, but there's so much to offer in it. There's an elegance to it, but also Australians are very real. They keep it very real, and they're very good, earthy people. So I think you get the best of both worlds by setting it there. And so it's really an asset that we're doing it there. It makes it sometimes more difficult, but it's worth it.
Can I also just quickly do a big shout out here to Jack Ward, who was our very first backer and has bought the cut of your jib perk. Thank you so much, Jack. That's amazing.
Oh,
Really wonderful.
can you explain what that perk is, Lucinda?
Sure. So one of the perks that we've got several perks, obviously. So the first one is the booty perk. That's our cheapest option. And it's basically, standard sort of shout out. You'll get a digital high resolution copy of our film poster as well. Then we've got the I'll Crush Your Barnacles perk, which these names we've sort of spent quite a bit. We've spent about probably 2 to 3 months putting this campaign together. Yeah. So hopefully people are going to enjoy our little pirate references and different things.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'll crush your barnacles.
Yeah, that too.
Crush your barnacles.
So it's basically you get a digital copy of the poster and a digital soundtrack. Then one of my favourite ones is the Back from the Dead Red, which is based off a true story of a female, one of the more infamous female pirates from back in the day. And basically you get sort of a digital copy of everything, a special thanks in our film end credits. Behind the scenes perk, you kind of get a glimpse behind the curtain. We'll sort of put out videos. We'll have a behind the scenes videographer and photographers taking photos of everything that's going on behind the scenes, and we'll kind of release that as we're going along to people who have got that perk and want to see. That usually interests a lot of people who love the mystery of how a film was made and don't really quite understand it. So we're hoping that, or just enjoy those BTS stuff. Like I used to love watching them as a kid, and I would always watch the behind the scenes videos of anything that sort of came out because they were always the most fun. And then we've got a Captain My Captain perk, which is basically a digital copy plus an IMDb film soundtrack, IMDb film credit and the digital soundtrack. The Cut of Your Jib perk, which we've got now as Jack Wood, our first backer of, is basically... sorry, my computer just froze for a second there.
It's okay. We still got you.
I'm glad you guys have me. My computer is like, nah, I don't got you. It's like, nah.
It's because you're
on your own.
You're in the future, Lucinda. What do you expect?
I know it gets a little bit. It does. It gets a little bit sort of cranky being in the future,
Yes.
but that's okay. So the Cut of Your Jib basically is digital copy of the script, digital copy of the poster, a Blu-ray copy of the film. So that's our, that's, we're going to be doing Blu-ray of the film and an actual tangible thing, because if a lot of film people, I think, whether you're in the industry or not, people who love film, cinephiles, love those tangible things. We love to have a copy of the film. Like I've still got DVDs and I don't want to get rid of them because I love those tangible. Right. I love the covers of DVDs and Blu-rays and things like that. And I don't know, there's just something, funnily enough, even though it's a very recent technology, there's something a little bit nostalgic about it. So, yeah, basically
and that's I do love this Indiegogo. I've worked with other people before doing crowdfunding, and a lot of people do crowdfund. And I think it brings a personal feeling from the viewer. I mean, we feel personal when we're watching that movie and it moves us, especially me, empathic. It moves me when I'm watching something. I get involved. So it's not just, hand your money over. It's be involved with this, be part of it. and grow with us, because movie making, it isn't a walk in the park. It's extensive hours. It takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of dedicated, hard-working time, all hours. It's not a 9-to-5 job. It's excruciating. And talking about that, I know a lot of people are thinking right now, well, aren't we on strike? Well, this film is based in Australia, and Tom is within the waiver rights, and Tom will explain that just a little bit. We're just going to touch on it a little bit so people take that question away from your minds.
Of course. Being a member of the unions that are striking, I completely support what they're doing. It's more than a waiver, it's an agreement. The interim agreement is allowing independent producers like us to hire and shoot, because we are agreeing in advance to everything that's on the table from the union side. And what that means is, once things are settled, we have pre-agreed to those terms. We are not subverting those in any way. And we are also creating a film, hopefully, that while there's no product coming out of the sort of corporate, universe of Hollywood, which is who they're negotiating with right now, we can use that to our advantage, because we will have a film out, hopefully, that can fill the plug, because we've been down for months here. So hopefully we're able to create this film and create our own Hollywood-style film outside the system. But we definitely are respecting all of the unions. Certainly I'm a union member, and I agree with all of the terms that are going on. So it's very important. I'm glad you brought that up, because Lucinda and Mike and I talked about this, and not only are the questions of AI replacing people, but also the streaming issues are absolutely key. We're at a crossroads right now. So not only can you participate in this film and sort of stick it to Hollywood, but you're also putting money into an independent film at a time when Hollywood is falling apart over this. And that's at the end of the day what we're doing, is we're creating our own little ecosystem, our own world to create this thing, and everyone contributing. Not only are you literally in the film, your name, your contribution is going towards making the film, but you're also offering support to people that are struggling against the kind of exploitation that's happening from these corporations.
Absolutely, 100%. I completely agree. Is this? Can you read that one?
Is this star map anywhere on the site?
This is from Bill Kilpack.
It's a secret, Bill. You'll have to see.
It's a secret, yes.
First, you have to donate.
That's right.
Hello, Bill.
Jump on in there.
Bill Kilpack is the writer. He's a writer too.
That's right. He's a wonderful writer. He also loves science fiction, and
Yes.
He's super supportive, and I love his work as well. But no, we can't give that away just yet. But if you want a map, there is a perk. You can get a map.
There's the star chart vector map perk. So I also want to do a shout out to Maria Nasrallah. I hope that's how you pronounce their last name. She's also backed things. So we're doing well, and I'm just checking. There's a couple of others that have come through as well. So I'll call them out once I figure out who they are.
That is terrific. I'm really pleased. One of the things you have to do is really engage with the audience. And I've really found my people here on YouTube by appearing on Robert Meyer Burnett's show and Midnight's Edge and Zach's, and found these wonderful people that are frustrated with Hollywood as well, but love genre films like me. Mm-hmm. And as somebody that actually makes them, it's incredible to talk to the people that you're making it for. When you make a film, you make it for you, but you also make it for the audience. And so actually having a conversation with them and engaging with them now makes me feel like I'm taking feedback, and I'm finding out what people are looking for and their own dissatisfaction, but I feel them, and I know as an audience member, it's like, oh, they're going to like this, or they'll love this, because you're connected to them. You're not bringing it down from on high. It's not some white paper written by a committee somewhere where it's like, oh, I put this, and this. It's like, no, you talk to people and you find them through YouTube, and they're like, God, I really wish films were like this, or I wish people were doing more original things, and so the power of reaching out through something like this show today, or doing all our social media, that's just part of the dialogue.
Right.
you have an unprecedented access to people now, and
Yes.
if you're authentic and you mean it and you really want to enroll them in it, it's super powerful. We can create our own entertainment system together.
Right, absolutely. And would you like to explain this steampunk? I thought that was very catchy. Lucinda,
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
can you hear me, Lucinda?
Yes, yes. Sorry, I thought you were asking Tom that question.
No, I'm going to ask you. I think it.
Well, I mean, steampunk, I am not by no means an expert on steampunk, and I have several friends that will probably see this, and I don't want to make them facepalm themselves too hard. So I won't pretend to know what I'm really talking about. I do love steampunk myself. I see it as it's like, to me, it's like a period of time that's sort of locked, but then it's sort of like mechanical engineering has advanced and things have advanced, but the time period itself has kind of stayed the same, like the Victorian era or things like that. This more tends to actually fall into a cyberpunk arena as well. There's a bit of steampunk, there's a bit of cyberpunk as well because of the sci-fi element and the space element. So I think, again, though, I don't want to sort of say the wrong thing. And yeah, so we're sort of, part of world building, is obviously creating a lot of the logic behind stories and films. And not everybody does this. Not everybody needs to. Everybody writes differently. Everybody creates films differently. I love creating the world, and Tom's the same, and so is Mike. And we've had endless hours and hours of talking about the script and the story and the characters, and really trying to workshop the world so that, because I'm a sci-fi nut, I love my sci-fi. I dislike it when a sci-fi comes out and you can tell that there's no real world building being done behind the story. And that's okay. That's someone else's way of making a film, and it's, not a problem. But for me, I love to immerse myself in the world of a sci-fi. I love to get lost in that world, and, it's a lot of fun. So the cyberpunk steampunk element is just a part of it. And, we want to bring in, obviously, concept artists and bring in experts in those areas to kind of help guide us in making sure that we're, getting everything kind of close to right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to bring in Mike Smith too to talk about this, because the look and the world building of this was very important to both of us when we were doing it. So let's welcome Mike as well.
Mm.
Yeah, greetings everyone. You can hear me all right?
Yeah,
We can
a little
hear
louder. You can go a little louder.
Okay, well, I may not be able to do much about that. I'm calling from the mobile command center.
The mobile command.
So you can gain me up if anything.
That's right.
But yeah, the visual and thematic aesthetics for the film were quite important, and something that we both got a kick out of, and which is, I view it kind of as the essence of steampunk, diesel punk, these sort of plays on the cyberpunk genre, is when you're mixing the old and the new, or the rooted in reality with the fantastic. And there were fun examples that we'd seen, like Tom had mentioned Fifth Element a little bit earlier, and some of the genesis of this film just came from the ideas of the matching and blending together of something like a classic Baroque Louis XV era theater with a spacecraft, which is something that they did, and it worked quite nicely. And so we kind of took the same idea of, like, well, what are visual aesthetics that feel fun and kind of timeless, and we incorporate those into this science fiction story, and they help kind of create this unique world that everything lives in. And that's where a lot of we some of the thematic ideas that we had then had story effects, because things work a little bit differently. There's plenty of things that probably unfortunately still are, touch screens and digital, but that's not the only kind of technology that's driving things. There are still things that use pipes and valves, and there's also a lot more, there's a lot more sort of wood and fabric and organic things in sort of a steampunk science fiction universe than there would be in something where just everything is plastic and metal and that's about it. So that drives a lot of what you will see in the film, and that also spread into the ideas of how the film works.
Thank you very much, Mike.
To dovetail off that thought too, for the characters, what I liked is there's a Victorian era aesthetic. And what I mean by that is the manners of, say, Dr. Chesham and his dealings with, Jackie and her mother. There was a formality. There's the tip of the hat. There's almost a naval, a colonial naval aesthetic, like Master and Commander, one of my favorite films. The way that the characters interact forces it to have a formality, which makes all the emotions kind of underneath the surface. It's not like modern day where everyone's like, hey, F this or whatever. They have to talk to each other in a mannered way. And when words are more poetic and they're in a more classical structured way, that repression actually creates that rubber band, which for an actor is really fun because they don't feel contemporary, they feel timeless. And the thing about this film is that it's a timeless film. It's not one where you go, oh, yeah, this was made in 2023. Look how everybody's talking. No, it's Victorian in its manners while at the same time being in the extreme far future. So in a way, it's almost as if Australian culture embraced some of the colonial aspects of their
positive colonial aspects,
took it out.
not the negative ones.
Positive colonial aspects.
The positive colonial aspects, not the negative ones.
Yeah.
We've removed the negative ones.
Each country's got positive, negative.
Yeah.
Or the colonial
moved
era.
out into the stars. Colonial era. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And for me, that makes the characters more interesting.
Can I just also do another shout out to Avery Jacobson? Thank you for buying the booty perk. And Jeff Donovan Wade, thank you for buying the Dead Men Tell No Tales perk. I love that perk.
Thank you.
Can you explain that perk?
Terrific.
Let's tell people what the perks are.
All right. So the perks, basically, I went through, I think, a few of them to begin with. I just wanted to quickly touch on, I've got a question that someone has asked in the Facebook Live chat that I wanted to quickly touch on before we move on to the perks, if that's okay. So Jack Ward asked, will there be an opportunity to try to organise local showings of the completed movie? I'd love to get some showings in the theatre here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. First of all, shout out to Nova Scotia. That's awesome. Hopefully,
That's amazing.
I mean, our aim is to do a theatrical sort of release of the film. But yes, if we do well and we reach we reach sort of our tier of funding, a certain tier of funding, then we actually are planning on potentially doing some private viewings for backers in different areas, depending on the sort of demand and ask for it and the locations. But I mean, we can't forget about Nova Scotia. It's an awesome place. So, we never know.
Absolutely.
We never know. Hopefully we can do something sort of local in that area, but thank you for asking the question. So I think I went through the first few perks up until, what was it, the cut of your jib? I think I got up to, wasn't it?
The toe one, yeah.
The Dead Men Tell No,
The
Dead Men Tell No Tales. So that one, we love this perk because basically it gives you the opportunity to appear as a wanted pirate in the film. So we'll put your face and on a pretty much a holographic wanted poster within the film. So it's a really cool little perk. So it's a great way to get your face in the film. You get a little, extra credit. It's awesome. But we've looked into creating these holographic type posters and what they'll look like in the film, and that's what basically you'll get is your face on this poster in the film.
So is there more than one perk for that one? There's
that's
4 or 5?
50. There's 50 of them available.
Oh, so go and get your face on film right now.
Yep, exactly. It's a great little perk. We love that perk because it's like, come and be a pirate. Like who doesn't want to be a wanted pirate, you know?
Right? And then seeing your face on film when you're watching it, and you're with your mates in the cinema. That's
exactly.
Me.
That's me.
That's me right there.
It literally puts you in the film, which is
Yes.
a lot of fun. And you can see right here under the perk, you know, the holographic wanted poster will be there, a signed copy of the script. You get a credit in the end credits, a copy of the film. So it's a really wonderful way to participate in the making of this film.
Yeah, and I like that you could meet the creators too. If you look at the Indiegogo site right now, I like the mysterious box. I'd like to talk a little bit about that. I know you can't tell us what's in it because that will ruin the whole film.
Yeah, it's one of our hero props. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So and if you're part of it, it makes a difference. You know, so it makes a difference of making the film, producing the film, and filming the film. So, and then you'll be part of Island in the Stars. You will be it'll be personal to you. You can follow its journey. This won't be the first crowdfunding live stream we'll be doing, but you can follow Lucinda and Tom are on Facebook, and Mike are on Facebook and Instagram. Tom is on Twitter, and Vernon is on Instagram as well and on Facebook. So you can follow them there and follow the Island in the Stars update page. And there's the crowdfunding page too. There's the Indiegogo site that you can go to, and the link is pinned at the top of the YouTube channel on Chatbox with Sam, and we will be posting that out on social media. So we are still waiting for Vernon Wells because he's traveling.
It's like waiting for Godot at this point. Yeah,
It's waiting for Vernon.
Waiting for Vernon. The other thing I wanted to say is this also gives you, depending on what perk you decide you want to do, unprecedented access to us. Behind the scenes, we're willing to do some Zoom calls with you. There's dinners that you can actually have with cast members, depending on the level that you want to get involved. And you can always, go up later if your financial situation changes. You can always change to a higher perk. But what's really kind of fun about this, and I wish I had it when I was a kid, is like those DVDs and Blu-rays where you can watch the extras and really get involved. These are literally like DVD, Blu-ray extras that you are a part of. You're actively living. You are part of the behind the scenes. You're seeing what's going on the set. We're speaking to you, and you're helping shape our perception of the audience and how this thing is going. So it's a very cool. It's something you could only do now. And I think it's one of the positive ways you can use technology and social media to give people access to the creative process. People just want to be told a good story. At the end of the day, we're trying to make a great story, and we're trying to get people enrolled now because it's very, very hard to move all the pieces that need to happen and the money that needs to happen to just get this thing off the ground. So it's a great way to buy the ticket now when we need it, but also know that you're part of the extras. You are the behind the scenes. You're the people that are part of the process of making this, and you'll have access to us. And I think that's very cool.
I do too, Tom. And if you're wondering where Tom's from, you may go to oh God, what was I going to say? Please, John. Sorry, I'm having a moment. I can't take two either. That's what happens when you improv.
Yeah.
So if you go to John Cleese's feed on Twitter, you'll see Tom on there. It's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not soccer. Just throwing that out there.
That's a great skit. It's a great.
I know it's not soccer. It's football.
I did a television show with John. My other life, my other career for the last 25 years is I've been a working actor. And I did a lot of sketch comedy, a lot of British comedy, a lot of television shows. And one of my favorites was I got to do a television special, a 90-minute special of 26 sketches with John Cleese that airs before the World Cup. And he was someone that influenced me so much when I was a kid that meeting him, like going up to his house and working on the script for this and filming it,
really was a fun validation of like, okay, I can do this. I can spar with him. We can do sketches, you know, and he was so giving. It was like a master class. It literally was a master class in performance, in his graciousness to the crew. He knew everyone by name, and how comedy works. And at the end of the day, we were laughing because we had this guy who was German named Herman, so he was Herman the German, and he had no sense of humor, and which is why he's directing a comedy. And so we had to rely on each other. So at the end of the day, John Cleese literally would turn to me and be like, "Was that all right?" And I'd be like, "No, that was good. Or, do it again." You know, and we'd look over, and Herman was, yeah, fine. Doing this, talking to the camera. So we ended up coaching each other to do the sketches, and he was amazing. He really taught me so much. And again, I want to have this experience with Australian legendary actors that I grew up with. You know, I would love to meet. Can you imagine meeting somebody like, I don't know, Sam Neill or Mel Gibson or, you know, Hugo Weaving or one of those people? So much you learn from them, but also once they realize you have their back, that you, as an actor, you have trained on stage, you know stagecraft, you know the process. Each one has his own unique way, I'm sure. You know, he or she may want to talk about the character, know the backstory. Other people don't want to rehearse that much. Other people do. I know how it feels. The thing that every actor does at the end of a take is this. What was it?
Do you remember we said that?
Exactly. It's like, was it all right? And so I cannot wait to work with some of these legendary actors. And again, your money contribution allows us to make offers to actors that have already said they're interested. So
which is,
we just need to be able to make an offer.
I do have a question for you. I do have a question for you, Tom. By the way, you can watch Tom's full interview if you want to learn more about him. His sneak peeks and secrets is on Chatbox with Sam season 3. But is there anyone in Australia that you'd really like to cast for Island in the Stars?
Oh my goodness, there's so many people.
So many.
Come on, you can name a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I did have this fantasy where, you know, one of the early independent Australian films that Vernon did was with this guy. He's a bit of a crazy pirate type named Mel Gibson. It would be interesting to work with someone like that. Can you imagine him reuniting with Vernon? He still likes Vernon.
Absolutely epic.
It would be epic. Or working with someone who's just pure class. Someone like, you know, Sam Neill. Lucinda and I are both fans of Ben Mendelsohn. I think he's terrific. You know, certainly, gosh, I could see him playing one of these classical mentors to Jackie. Hugo Weaving, who huge fans. You know, Mike Smith and I were talking about him when we were writing. There are so many people. Jeffrey Rush would be nice. I mean,
Russell Crowe.
It's not like there's a part for him. Russell Crowe's great. He's been stalking me on Twitter.
Where am I now?
You know, somebody else who's really terrific, who I met through Lucinda, is Krista Vendy. She is amazing. So supportive, so giving of her time and her talents.
And can I also say, giving of her support, she just bought one of the perks from the Indiegogo campaign as well.
Wow.
Thank you, Krista. And so, and also, Kerry Fisk bought 2 perks. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Kerry, who I call Auntie, even though she's not my real auntie. She's so cool that I call her Auntie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I didn't
So sorry.
know you do that.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you from America,
You
too.
could buy 2. Yeah. That's fantastic. And Lucinda, wasn't there another actress we were talking about to play Victoria, the mother of Emily?
I mean,
way back to. I mean,
there's so many. I mean, we've. Sorry.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, she did a film with Russell Crowe early on, I think, didn't she? Yeah.
Which one? Sorry, which actress?
Oh God, what's her name? Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many amazing female Australian actors as well. I mean, you know, Toni Collette, Cate Blanchett, you know, Margot Robbie. Yeah. All these people are amazing. Wouldn't say no. Absolutely, the opportunity to work. I mean, you know, they're just people that I look up to. Krista's someone I look up to. She's just amazing with what, you know, she's done with her career. And there's just so many very strong female actors out there and great Australian actors. And yeah, I think, like I say, we've got a bit of a powerhouse of talent coming out of Australia, and the rest of the world is the rest of the world is afraid.
I love
Be
it.
afraid.
Take
Down
over.
under.
Should be afraid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think when the strike is over and everything, and if you still, obviously production takes a long time and filming and everything, would you be branching out to any of the actors and actresses in the United States or say France or Europe? Or?
Well, one of the key things about shooting an Australian film is that pretty much 95% of it, the people that you bring in need to be Australian. So, and that's due to some of the incentives and things that we would like to go after, in shooting here, such as the producer offset. So there's not a lot where we can pull from too many other places and sources unless we start looking at, say, doing a co-production or things like that. So as a purely Australian production, we're looking to have kind of pretty much all of the talent and crew Australian.
Well, there you go, Russell, Mel Gibson, get on board.
Get on board there. And you know what I was thinking of? Her name escaped me, but Jacqueline McKenzie as well.
Oh, Jacqueline McKenzie is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's amazing.
Jacqueline McKenzie, such a talented actor.
Yeah,
love her.
Amazing. Yeah, and so yes, we would be bringing in mostly talent there. We'd have to find somebody. If we brought someone from America, who's playing a pirate, or something, you'd have to get somebody with a real great face or something, like a Danny Trejo type person. Bring in to play a pirate.
Oh, yes, he would be good. Yeah,
he'd be great. He'd actually
great
be great.
respect for that gent. Great respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are exceptions to the rule,
There are always exceptions for the right face. Yeah.
for the right person.
Vernon. Yeah, exactly. The right person. But yeah, at the end of the day, the DP, the crew, all of it, we're going to be pulling. Literally, I think Mike and I are really the U.S. contingent as far as that goes. Everyone else is coming pretty much out of the incredible talent pool in Australia, and we even have a partnership with a studio, visual effects studio down there called Dream Screen. And that's just taking us to the next level as far as being able to do amazing sets and integration of visuals to create what I'm trying to create, this very big canvas and create a world that you feel familiar but you've never seen before. And so I think having a lot of Australian talent that's untapped is going to be amazing because it's just going to feel different.
We'll do a little shout out to Clayton Jacobson at Dream Screen Studio. He has been so supportive of our project and working with us and loves the concept. And he's just a generally supportive, really good egg in the industry. He loves helping indie filmmakers, and we just love him. So big shout out to him because he's amazing.
I'd just like, if you don't mind, I'd just like to show the clip again for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Could we just please show the clip again?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
We can. Just 1 second and I'll set that right up for you.
Sorry,
Please stand by.
I was going to sign language. If you heard a squeak, that was my dog Zeus. He just decided to let himself in because he can do that. He's magic.
Oh, and Auntie Carrie says, don't forget I'm an awesome chauffeur. She is an awesome chauffeur. She provides awesome chauffeur services for all our talent. So.
And what we're talking about is a wonderful film I'll be doing called Island in the Stars.
Island in the Stars is the story of a young woman named Jackie Driscoll who, on a faraway planet, encounters a roguish space pirate who has with him a mysterious box that may lead to her missing father, as her destiny lies hidden on an island in the stars.
So my name is Emily Coop. I am an actor, singer-songwriter, and I'm playing Jackie. Island in the Stars is pretty much part of the Caribbean meets Star Wars. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
It's the kind of movie that 14-year-old Tom would have been like, I want to see this! I have to see this movie! Because I think you should be making films, you should be making art that you yourself want to see.
So when we started putting this together, I just started going through my Rolodex of 40 years are the people, not just people in front of the camera, but people behind the camera, people that I know, calling in favors and talking to people, because I think that this film deserves to have the best.
Obviously, working with Dream Screens Australia is huge. They're an amazing, talented group of people, and the technology they're bringing into film is just fantastic.
It's going to be wonderful, and seriously, I'll be ringing a lot of you up to see this and pestering the heck out of you to get this film made, because I think it's wonderful.
Island in the Stars is truly an epic science fiction adventure film.
Island in the Stars allows for all of these elements to come together in this confluence of a movie that I want to see, that is a action adventure fantasy science fiction movie.
It will be fun, you will love it, and we will do everything we can to make it the best that there is. So please. This film will remind you of what you've missed out on and show you that it's still there, and you'll be able to talk to your kids and say, that's what it used to be like. Island in the Stars. I can't wait for you to see it.
I love the graphics on that film. Absolutely epic, amazing. I can't wait to watch it myself.
Yeah, that's literally the music I was listening to when we were writing it.
Really? That's,
yeah,
that's a behind the scene moment right
behind
there.
the scenes. Yeah, Mike and I love to write. We're both freaks for soundtrack music. Like we will stump each other by playing tracks and go, name the movie, name the scene, name the year, name the composer. And I don't think we've really stumped each other very much.
Really?
And maybe Mike wants to speak to that. The musicality of film is so important to us. I don't know, Mike, do you want to jump in on soundtracks?
Oh yeah, I mean, we have done the name that tune kind of game, and we don't stump each other too often, especially if it's kind of right in the zone of this sort of second golden age of movie scores that kind of transpired around the late 70s to really the early 90s. There were so many iconic film scores done in that time that are now just kind of part of everyone's lives.
Yeah. Interestingly,
So,
this music is not the music to a movie. This is not a movie soundtrack on our reel. It's an artist that I've really loved his work and supported him forever, Thomas Berenson. And he does these independent symphonic and sort of new age and all these different albums. And I've loved his work forever. So I would work with him in a heartbeat. I really feel like music is another script. It's another part of a film. You have the dialogue, you have the visuals, and then you have the music. And when they're working right, it's this beautiful sort of intersection of things where this is why we listen to music when we're driving. It's a movie. You're looking out your front window, you've got music playing, and you arrive and you're like, wait, did I just drive 20 minutes? That's the power of music.
It is, and I think music and film are like a ballet. They have to be in sync and they have to move together,
Yeah, I agree.
And
That's
some
a
of
good
the
way of
most
putting it. They have to move together.
some of the most affecting, instances of the use of music in film is when it's not only been just kind of added in and it's part of it's just part of the process of manufacturing the film, but it's when there's a lot of active thought process that goes into it. There were some music cues that helped inform the way that we concluded the feature that we did a few years ago called "Trouble Is My Business," at its best, there are some things where the score ideas kind of came first, and then the movie was sort of molded around it. For example, the end of E.T., and they didn't do too badly, in award season with that approach.
Yeah, very true.
And
Can I just do another shout out to Kelly Butler, my mate Kelly Butler, who's just bought. Yeah, she's one of my mates. She's awesome. She just bought the My Captain perk. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah,
Buy them perks.
wonderful.
Can we show a few of these perks on the screen, please, Bonnie, in case people are on the screen and they're not at the Indiegogo site right now. So if we go down the screen, we have a few of these perks here. The booty perk.
Yeah. Do you want to just kind of talk them through it, Lucinda?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
the first level.
Yeah, I've got it here on my thing as well. So the beauty perks are first level. We've mentioned I'll Crush Your Barnacles. We do love that one. Back from the Dead, Red. Behind the Scenes perk, My Captain perk, the cut of your jib, and then we're up to a shot across the bow. That's the star chart vector print that we'll be creating for those backers. That's going to be featured in the film. There's our Dead Men Tell No Tales perk, which we love, which is the holographic poster. The Flotsam and Jetsam perk. It's basically all hard copies of what we're giving away digitally. So you get a signed copy of the script, a Blu-ray copy of the film, a special thanks to the end credits, the IMDb film credit, a soundtrack, a CD soundtrack, the star chart vector print, and the film poster print. So all the bits and pieces, Flotsam and Jetsam, that's what it's that's pirate talk for bits and pieces. Yeah. Then we've got the Parlay With Us. Tom came up with that title. We're very happy with that title. We love that title. So Parlay With Us, you get to basically chat with Tom and Vernon for 15 minutes, ask them any questions you want over Zoom. So it's digitally done. And, basically chat about the film. You can chat about Mad Max. You can chat about any of the films that Tom or Vernon have done. And that should be a lot of fun for people. We've also got the Making of Collector's Edition book, which will be done once, obviously, the film is completed. We've finished filming and we've taken all the behind-the-scenes photo. We'll be compiling everything that we've sort of got and putting into this very beautiful, ornate, steampunk kind of looking book that we're going to send out to everyone, which I think will be a great perk. And then we get into the meet and greets. So now you get to actually meet some of us in person if you want to. And these are limited, obviously, because of time and location factors. Vernon is in LA most of the time. So is Tom and Mike and myself. I'm in Australia. And most of the other actors, sometimes they're in LA, sometimes they're in Australia. So there's the two locations that we're offering a meet and greet in, which is LA and Australia, Melbourne. And unfortunately, travel and accommodation is not included. Standard. Sorry, but dinner is included. So we'll buy you dinner and you'll get to sit down with either Vernon, Emily, Krista, or the creators, which is Tom, Mike, and myself, and ask us whatever you want to ask us over dinner and a wine, or beer or lemonade if you're not a drinker. There's options. Yeah, there's options. So that's what you get. With that, you also get digital copies of everything as well. So you get the script, the poster, end credits, special thanks, digital copy of the film, an IMDb credit, and the digital soundtrack.
That is an amazing perk, though. Meet and greet, dinner, glass of wine, glass of lemonade. You can't get any better than that, apart from the holographic picture of the face in the film. That is another great one, which I would definitely go for. So, but
Yeah,
I
it is a
can't
great
type
effect, that
right
one.
now.
It's always fun to be able to actually chat about stuff. You know, Vernon is a legend. He's got so many credits, film credits, hundreds. He's worked with
And so many good stories. So many good stories.
Yeah, he did Inner Space and Commando and Road Warrior, and he's done all these amazing Power Rangers, and he's done it all, and he's a real character. He's great. I feel like the meet and greet is really your opportunity to connect with him, and he will feel appreciated that you did this perk, but also hopefully we can express to you in person how much it means to us that you're enrolled in the film and you want to do it. If you're willing to put that money down and help us make this dream happen, it's the least we could do is to thank you and talk to you and sit with you a bit and find out your own tastes and your own love of cinema. We want to hear your story.
Thank you, Bonnie. Is there anybody in the chat? Could you move the screen across, please? Is there anybody in the chat, Bonnie, that's asked a question that you'd like to moderate?
I'm not seeing any on YouTube. Lucinda, I think you are able to watch on Facebook there.
Yeah,
So
I've got Facebook.
Some questions there.
There's been a few. I think I've answered most of them already. I just want to say thank you to Avery, who's posted to her Insta and FB and TikTok. Gotta love TikTok for all the young kids out there.
Yes.
So thank you, Avery. We appreciate you doing that. And you will be, if anybody's bothered to read through, they'll see why simply sharing our campaign is worth the effort. So if you have a read through our campaign on Indiegogo, you'll be able to find the sharing is caring perk. And that's all I'm going to say. But if you read through, and you'll see what you get for it. And it's not an official perk on the Indiegogo page, but it's written in the description. So go and check that out.
Shout outs on social media as well. You'll get them if you go through the perks. I've seen them. So, and this live stream is live, but it's also recorded. So we will be reposting it because in the announcement, Vernon was in the announcement. So you can also see Vernon, what he has to say about Island in the Stars on the announcement page on the YouTube. It will be on our Facebook pages, on our Twitter and our Instagram pages. But you could, for the viewers, you can go back and listen to this again, and we will be sharing it out on our socials.
And Sam, you're talking about the brief live stream we did the other night where Vernon was there. Is that what you're talking about?
And this one.
Oh, I just Vernon.
He may be joining us now. Yeah, he's just texted me, and
good.
They are in Brisbane. And so
Brisbane.
he's trying to connect now.
He's in Brisbane.
Yeah. So,
a lot of people pronounce it. A lot of Americans pronounce it Brisbane.
Not me. I say Brisbane because I was born in England. So
you were born in England, so yeah, that's right.
Brisbane.
Look, on behalf of the American people, I want to apologize for how we pronounce things.
Honestly, so you should. Honestly, I'm guilty. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. All of Australia appreciates you for apologising on all of behalf of the United States.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Deeply
we do absolutely. We
feel terrible. We've tried to correct the problem. Some people won't cooperate.
Yeah. It's all right. You keep working on that, okay? You keep working on getting them to fall into line. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's funny, because people say to me, because I've been here 20 years, are you Australian or English? And they go, and I say, I'm English, and they go, oh, I'm sorry. You've got your accent wrong. I says, I don't care. It's all right. I said,
it's a compliment either way. Like I used to get, I used to have people think I was from like South Africa or somewhere like that overseas. Yeah, But any one of those countries, England, Australia, anywhere
New Zealand.
really. Yeah, New Zealand. I mean, New Zealand's such an awesome place, and we love our New Zealand, people and all the talent. I mean, the talent that comes out of New Zealand. Technically, we can't say Russell Crowe and Sam Neill are Australian, even though they are Australian, but they're actually from New Zealand originally. So we have to, recognise that a lot of talent comes out of New Zealand as well, and they're so close to us here. They're it's such a great, beautiful country as well. So you don't feel offended when someone says, "Are you English or New Zealander?" Or I'm like, I could be. What would you like me to be?
Well, I was just about to say, it's Friday night. I could be anything you want, darling.
Yeah, I could be anything you want me to be. Either way, they love your accent because it's different. And, when you're from somewhere like Australia, you don't think of your accent as exotic. But everybody sort of, but most other places do because, obviously you don't think that way about your own language, but your own accent. But, it's a fascinating thing, and I get it a lot of different places, but I love it. Right.
American accent is the only accent I can't do. I
some
can
of
do German, French.
Oh, sure you can.
Yeah, I can't do American.
You can do it.
I can't. I sound like I'm from Texas.
She does. It's always fun.
Which is a beautiful language.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I remember I went into a supermarket with my cousin once, and all I did the whole time that I was in there was a very Billy Connolly Scottish accent, and everybody thought I was from Scotland. It was so much fun. I love doing stuff like that and trying to trick people where I'm from.
Me too. I once did the Edinburgh, and I was near the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and at the end of something, this Scottish woman comes up to me, she's like, "Do you know where Princess Street is?" And I said, "Oh, no, it's right around there." And she goes, she looks at me, and then I answer in an American accent. And there he is.
Can you put him up?
Hey there. Don't do
Yay!
Yeah, I'm sitting in the lounge in Brisbane waiting to get on a plane.
Oh, bless you.
You are live.
Wow.
Well, welcome, Vernon Wells. How are you, me darling?
Tired, irritable.
Irritable.
Perfect.
So you just normal then.
Yeah, I'm just totally normal.
Just his old lovable self.
Charming, lovable.
You are
There's Grace.
Dog.
Hello, Grace.
There's Grace. We love Grace. Hi,
Yeah,
Grace.
she's lovely.
Hello, Grace.
Hi, bless her. We were just talking about.
We've been flying
15 hours.
For,
about 15 hours.
no,
15,
longer than that.
16?
13 and 3, 15, 18 hours, and now we got to fly for another 3.
Oh,
to get up to Cairns. He's on his way to Cairns to work on a project up there with someone that we're all friends with. So
But you can't say too much about that.
We're glad you can make it.
In 30 seconds, fill me in on what's happening.
Okay, so
we're live.
We are live. We are live, and so are you. We're still alive, all of us. So we were talking about. I love the quote you made. Together, let's breathe life into Island in the Stars. We've shared about the perks and the behind-the-scene perks that they can get, and autographs. And there's been quite a few people buying perks. We shared a little bit about the film. Tom has, and Lucinda. Mike's got no camera, but he has been on audio. So would you like to add, Vernon, why people should be involved and purchase some of these amazing perks for this epic sci-fi Australian movie?
Sure. I think it's quite funny. I look like I've just been drug out and around the block 4 times by an angry dog. I mean, seriously, people will look at this and
What's
oh my
different?
God, he's one of the leads. Oh dear.
Grace, you should have swashed him down first.
But I think, as everybody knows, I am so passionate about this project. I've been involved with it probably not as long as everybody, but nearly as long, especially with Tom and Mike and Lucinda. just the sheer fact that it was a dream of mine to play the character that I'm playing in the film. And when I mentioned it to Tom, he asked me, what was one of my dream roles to play, and I told him it was the pirate out of Treasure Island, and lo and behold, they wrote a script for me. And I just think that the whole thing is just going to be, seriously, for me to talk about it, I get all excited. It's further out there than you can imagine. It is just such a brilliant concept. It's not something that people are going to go and watch and go, oh, well, that was a waste of $7. People are going to go and watch this and say, that was amazing. Oh my God, are they going to do a sequel? When's the sequel coming? And I think that's the whole point about it. It's a very human story. It gets to people on many levels. It's about a young girl who's looking for her father, and in between all of that, she gets a map to a treasure. And so you've got all these other people, including myself, who are a little bit shady. Well, the way I look at the moment, you're definitely a little bit shady.
You're in character.
But kind of on the other side of the fence. But no, and the perks, everything. Tom and the crew, and they've just gone way above and beyond, putting together the most amazing package for this presentation and for what we're doing, the fundraising at the moment. And I've never seen anything like it. I've been in this business for 3 weeks? No, a little longer. So I have just not seen this amount of effort and love and thing that go into a project. And this one is well worth it. And I think anybody that gets involved, you are going to be so proud of what comes out at the other end of it. You'll be telling your friends, I was involved in that. I put money into that. It won't be sort of cringing in a corner in fear because it was a wank. It is going to be bloody brilliant. Okay.
Bloody brilliant. Oh,
bloody brilliant.
Said. Bloody brilliant. I like it.
Yeah.
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 Thank
At the end of the day, it's about something, and it's about all of these characters coming together in a classic adventure story, as Vernon said. And it really is a dream project that he wanted to do. And he's calling in all the favors and all the contacts that he has to make this the best film possible. And I'm so happy to be friends with him. I respect his opinions and his talent. And at the end of the day, we're making this film that's a movie we want to see with the people we want to make it with. And that includes the people that have been so kind so far, that have given money to the project and that believe in what we're trying to do. We're trying to kind of stick it to Hollywood here and create an old school, great classic adventure without asking for permission. We're not waiters, we own the restaurant.
Oh, that was
I've got something I'd like to say is I'm just proposing this because I'm catching up. I'm an hour and 17 minutes behind, so I've got a lot of catching up. But what I'd like to propose, Tom and Lucinda, to the people out there, if you donate over a certain amount, number one, you'll be able to select from any of my 5 or 6 major films, and I will personally autograph a photograph for you with anything you want on it, to anybody you want it sent to. And if you live in the Los Angeles area and you put in enough, then we will have dinner together, myself, my wife Grace, and whoever the person putting the money in is, as our way of saying thank you. And that's just from me. That's not, I don't think, from Tom, unless he's already said that. But that's just something I thought I'd throw in there.
You never know.
That's a great perk. That's a great
perk that's in there. The dinner
perk.
That's the meet and greet perk is there, yes, with Vernon. So yeah.
I think that's one of the best ones.
McDonald's.
I'll take that. You can't have lunch with me at McDonald's.
It'll be a McDonald's hamburger, nothing over it.
Yes, Macca's in Australia, Macca's and McDonald's over there.
That's right.
But yeah,
no fries.
Well, at least make it a happy meal. We can make it a happy meal.
Yeah, happy
Okay,
meal.
good.
Happy.
Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, you want me to be happy as well? I'll forget it.
No, just the meal. You don't have to be happy. The meal
good,
just has
good,
to be
good.
happy.
It's your McDonald's grumpy meal. Yeah.
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 I think McDonald's should have a
That's
grumpy meal.
wonderful.
I don't know. I think an
They
all you
should have
can
a
eat,
grumpy meal.
all you can eat buffet would be much better.
That's true. That's true.
Hi, Bonnie.
One of the things that I wanted to say, Vernon has to go here. You have to go pretty soon, I imagine, right, Vernon?
Yeah, he's got to fly out.
Yeah.
They're
Thank you
yelling
for
things
being here.
behind me.
So I understand. Well, we appreciate you being here and you being available to the people that are contributing and getting enrolled in the film means everything. And I think we're going to do an amazing film together. I'm really pleased that everyone's showing an interest in contributing to the film, and this really moves the ball forward.
Yeah, I'm just glad I could get everything together. As you can tell, we're doing this in the middle of the lounge. It's like
Couldn't tell. It wasn't obvious at all.
I thought it was Avon.
Yeah. No.
It's his living room.
Yeah.
But
He's just trying to create ambiance.
I'm glad I got on to say hi to everybody, and I do apologize to everybody out there. Traveling from Los Angeles to Australia has been a pretty hectic little schedule for me, but I wanted to do this because I think everybody deserves to have each one of us represented, and I am one of the team, and I'm glad and happy to be here. So I will have to go, unfortunately, but what I'd like to say is these people you have here, there's there's a blank spot there, that could have been me, 3, 4, 5 people there. There are 5 people sitting there who are some of the most professional, incredible human beings who put their life on the line to make this work. Never forget that you'll be with one of the best teams around when you get involved in this project. And I'd just like to thank everybody, and especially you guys. I do apologize that I couldn't come on for the whole show.
That's right. We're just glad you could make it.
Yeah, I will talk to you later, and hopefully everything goes well.
Vernon, you have a safe journey, you and Grace. I'm sending you well wishes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being here, and get some rest, both of you. That's the most important.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes open. I'm awake.
Okay, you take care, sweetie.
Thanks, guys. Love you all.
Love you too.
Thanks, Vernon. Love you.
God bless.
Love you. God bless
Bye-bye.
you. Bye, Grace.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye,
bless
Grace.
Bye.
Oh, he's one of my favorite. Hi, Grace. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. She's beautiful too.
Okay. I get out of this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now we get to the theater of turning it off. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you had some private, personal moments from Vernon Wells and his beautiful wife, Grace.
Right.
And he is truly an amazing guy. I've met him myself in person a few times, and Tom too. Yet to meet the beautiful Lucinda and the very large dot there, Mike Smith.
We call him the
just give it time.
He's the singularity at the moment.
I'll be
He's
there
a
in
dentist.
September. I'll meet you then.
We can't show you his face. He's a dentist or something.
Right.
Exactly.
It's just like a root canal. Just kidding. Anyway,
Maybe
you
he's
have to,
setting it up to do a reveal later on.
absolutely.
Right, exactly. He is literally Oz behind the curtain. Yeah.
The Mike Smith
It says a
before
lot
and
about
after.
Vernon that he was willing to come in here, doesn't it? It's amazing that Vernon would take the time to pop in and say hello to everyone. It just shows
Absolutely.
what I mean. An amazing. He plays villains, but often people that play villains are the sweetest people in real life, and it's very true with him.
I can. Can I get a couple of the?
I think Mike is.
Is he he really going through a drive-through?
Oh my God.
Only on Chatbox with Sam Live.
Wow.
Through the showing how we're all human, we're all familiar, yet uniquely different.
He's just ordering the Happy Meal in advance for the dinner. That's all.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
I prefer a sushi myself.
Prepping that grumpy meal.
Yeah, he will be grumpy by the time that meeting comes around. I think if he's getting it today.
I know, he's making me hungry.
Oh no! Now, if you were taking me to a sushi restaurant, I'd be all. But I went through a McDonald's once. Just improv. I went through a McDonald's once and had Bonnie on the phone. I think, and I think I just said forget it and just drove off because no one ever understands me at all going through a drive-through.
I remember that did happen. Yes.
And because their words are different. So, if you go through a drive-through here, well, Macca's is a bit different. McDonald's is different because they actually use the word ketchup for their sauce. But here we normally call it tomato sauce. Mm-hmm. But you go through a drive-through in LA, in America, you've got to say, can I get ketchup with that, please? Instead of, because nobody knows what tomato sauce is, or dead horse, as we call it here.
I'm sorry, what is tomato sauce?
Yes. I just asked, can I have some dead horse with that, please?
I think, Sam, I think you were ordering a fillet of fish and you said you'd like to fillet. And they're like, what? She's like, the fillet.
That's right. Because we say that here too. We say, can I get a fillet of fish, please? We say the same way. It's funny. I mean, say, a fillet, darling. Can I have a fillet of fish, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Could you imagine going through McDonald's and speaking posh and asking for a fillet of fish? They'd think we've lost our marbles.
I've done it a few times, especially over there. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's quarter pounder, darling. Quarter pounder.
That won't be, by the way, McDonald's will not be part of the perks, and this is no advertisement for McDonald's.
No, not at all.
Eat your veggies, kids.
Yeah, vegetables. Get a good artichoke, garlic.
Any resemblance to live other restaurants is unintentional.
However, if McDonald's wants to give us like $5 million to put their little golden arches in our film, hey,
you're open to that discussion. Okay.
Or if wants to give me chicken, I'll eat some Popeye's chicken. I'll love that. Right?
Yeah.
Now you have to add that perk, the corporate sponsorship perk.
That's right.
Let's name some other ones. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. I mean, these companies want to know that they've made it into the future, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what? That's valuable. That is really.
It is.
You know what? That's like where all restaurants are Taco Bell, and you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like, and only Arby's like restaurant wars.
See, for me, it would be Nando's. Let's just bring Nando's into the future, and everyone else can, bugger off. But
well, we need to bring something to do with pirates. So we'd have to bring seafood. So, because of pirates.
Like Captain D's or something.
Yeah. Actually, ultimately, it would be a food truck with Mexican food in it that makes it into the future for me. That would be perfect.
That would really happen.
A Mexican food truck.
Mexican food. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Bonnie's
totally
all
that.
the food trucks, and I won't touch them with a barge pole.
The Mexican food trucks are the best in LA. I just love them. Shout out to all the Mexican food trucks in LA because they're just so awesome. I love my Mexican food.
And it's a food truck night in Burbank where the trucks just line up. There'll be 50 of them on the street, and you can just pick everything you want. It's amazing.
Can you let me know what's going on?
Yeah, I will.
Burbank is nice though for food. We all went to a nice place there. The food is amazing. I like that.
Yeah, they have some good stuff. Yeah.
So anyway, perks.
Oh yes. So there's only a few more perks. I think we've got the Hero's Journey, which is our red carpet perk. Now that's the one where you get 2 VIP tickets to come and see the premiere of the film, whether it's in LA or we're going to have premieres basically wherever we can, like LA and, the Australian premiere in either Melbourne or Sydney or both, and the, American premiere in LA, and hopefully we'll have one in Canada and England and all over the place, all through Europe. We'd love to just go worldwide with this thing and have it be that popular, but you never know, right? So we have to, we're going to give, depending on where people live, obviously travel and accommodation again are not included, unfortunately, but depending on where you live, you can sort of opt to have the perk carried out in that city if there's a premiere closer to you, so that you're not having to worry about too much travel or accommodation. So we are hoping to have it in some of the major cities and have those VIP tickets available to whoever wants to go along. There are only 20 of them there, so get in while it's sort of early. And then we've got 3 seminar perks, basically seminars on producing VFX and screenwriting, and Mike is doing our VFX seminar, Tom is doing our screenwriting seminar, and I'll be doing the producing seminar. And that's basically us sitting, going through everything that's basically all the steps that are involved in the processes of those respective areas, and working with the people that want to understand that sort of area a little bit better, or have some experience, or talk to somebody who's got that experience. And that's basically what that perk is there for. So there's that. And then there's our last 2 perks. Another one of my favorites, Adopt a Pirate. We do love our pirates. So basically we want to adopt them and give them your name. So there's plenty of characters in the film, lots of different pirates and lots of different characters in the film. So there's currently 15 of that perk, Adopt a Pirate, available, where you get to kind of have your name appear as one of the pirates.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, which is very cool. You'll also get, obviously, hard copies of everything, so a signed copy of the script, a Blu-ray of the film. You'll get the IMDb film credit, and your name will actually appear as a character on IMDb as well. You get the soundtrack for this CD and the film poster print. So that's a pretty cool perk, we think. And we'd love to have people, buy that perk and have their names appear as the pirates' names in the film, which we think is pretty cool.
There's Emily and Krista. Emily is on the left, Emily Coop. And Krista Vendy is on the right here.
Yep. That's right.
And their characters.
In their character sort of representations. And then for the last perk, the final perk, the Leviathan perk. This is our sort of biggish, our final one. And this is the executive producer perk. So this is, you give us this money and, you'll be treated like an executive producer. So you'll get everything that all of the other perks sort of get, and plus the VIP red carpet tickets, the executive producer credit, not only in the credit, like not only in IMDb, but also in the film. You'll appear as an executive producer in the credits of the film, and all the hard copies of everything else that comes with that. So, yeah.
And any investors out there that are interested, you know who to contact. They're sitting right there.
That's
Tom,
right.
Tom.
That's right. Hit me up. And we have a very good money path for any investor that truly is interested in it. We have a great return on their investment. We have a very clear way that you would make your money back. And we do have a business plan that if someone does want to invest, that hopefully there's a very clear money path for them.
Thank you.
So we do have another guest who has joined us. I don't know if she's got audio ready to use, but she's here now, and that's Emily.
Okay, Emily Coop is probably joining us. Can you put that screen away then, please, so we can see Emily coming on? I'd like to say hello to her. Thank you.
I'm driving, but I can turn my camera on 1 second.
Yeah, just drive first. Definitely drive first. We need you.
Are you also going through McDonald's drive-through? Emily? No? Okay.
We're so glad you could make it. I love your lighting right there. It's very dramatic. Yeah.
Very dramatic lighting.
Turn this on.
Hey, there we go.
Emily, welcome.
Very cinematic.
Emily, welcome to Chatbox with Sam live stream for Island in the Stars. I've been sharing with the audience and the viewers of your character that you play, and that you're very much you're very much part of this film, Australian sci-fi film project. Would you like to share your thoughts? We did see a little clip of the video, and we know you're an actress and a singer. Have you got any words for the viewers?
Yeah, I mean, just that this project is something that Tom and I have been talking about for years, actually, and something he's really passionate about making. Same as Vernon, like, and I just know that, like, if we get this made, like, it would make both of their lives. So I feel like, yeah, like, I just want to help get this made as much as possible. And I think it's such a unique idea. Yeah, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean meets Interstellar meets Star Wars, like, two of my favorite films. So yeah, I think it'd be so much fun to act in, so much fun for the world to see. So yeah, it definitely has a place in the world out there. So.
Yeah, it is amazing, and I know you'll be playing as well with Krista Vendy and Vernon Wells, and I just think that's amazing. The graphics just in the trailer, in the sneak peek trailer, is fantastic. Would you like to share how did you meet Emily, Tom, Lucinda, and Vernon's not here?
I will start with this. First off, I want to say she is amazing to me. This is really an opportunity. Yeah, I mean it. When I met you, I knew that you could carry this feature. I knew that with all your training, your charisma, you have a kind of off-kilterness that I love. That I feel like this is your chance, that all boats are going to rise, that you are more than ready to carry this film to move to the next level. And I am really happy that the universe kind of put us in the same orbit with each other. And when this film came up, I was like, there's no other, I didn't even look at anyone else. You are our Princess Leia. And I feel like the fact that you're an Australian actress is just, it happened to be a plus, but what you bring to the table is your charisma. And when I was even directing you when we did our temporary version of this, I feel like you brought your own quirky takes to everything. And as a fellow actor, your ability to say, yes, let's do it, and just jump in is so refreshing, because you're going to bring that to the film, you're going to bring it to the role, and it's such a wonderful time that we can include you in this. And I'm really grateful that you've gone on this journey with us and that you really want to be in the film.
I think we lost her.
We did. We just lost her.
She's driving. Yeah, she's driving. Yeah, but really, we're honored to have her. And have you met her, Lucinda? Have you actually met
No,
her?
I actually haven't met her yet because of, like the last, 3 or 4 years
She's
that we've been
back.
working on this.
From outer space. She's back.
She just dropped in?
She's back.
Yeah, Emily's back.
Sorry, it's my Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
It's okay.
No, you're right. No, Emily and I haven't met yet because we've been working on this for the last 3 or 4 years and that whole time has been pandemic. Just so everything's been via Zoom and, but hopefully soon. I mean, I am planning on being over in LA very, very soon. So, I'm looking forward to meeting her in person finally.
Yeah, we will definitely all get together. Mike has met her, though. Mike Smith has met Emily. We went to a birthday party of hers. And Mike, if you're on.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Yep. So you and I both agreed when we were writing that it was really Emily's face and voice that just perfectly fit with what we're doing, yeah?
Yes, it was actually quite remarkable because we had entertained the idea of Emily working with us in this role during the writing process, and then it was really like seeing the stars align when we shot some parts of the dialogue for test purposes, and Emily truly made this script come alive along with Vernon, and it was quite remarkable to see, and it felt so right that we were all the more confident that we'd made the right choice, and that this project was the right kind of project for us to all collaborate on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I remember even when we were filming, Mike kind of went, she's like Jane Seymour, she's like Carrie Fisher, she's amazing. I'm like, I know, that's why she's here.
Yes, you're very beautiful, Emily. You're very beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you can tell from this upward angle of my
You're especially beautiful when you're menacing.
Are you in Los Angeles, Emily?
I am, yes.
Oh, good. I'll come and meet you myself. I'll be there September.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah, shoot me a message.
Yes, I will.
You know.
I want us to do another shout out to Bill Kilpack, who's also bought our Shot Across the Bow perk. Thank you, Bill.
Woo,
Awesome.
Bill Kilpack. He's a writer. Thank you, Bill. You are awesome. That's awesome. I can't because my phone's off. But I
Thank
will.
you so
I will
much for,
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're
No, that's
looking
great.
forward to,
Emily, for
looking
popping in. I know you're driving. I don't want to distract you, but we also have an exciting little interview reel coming up that will be on our Indiegogo page in the future, where we get to see more of her thoughts. And I love the way it turned out, but that's one of the extras that will be. So keep coming back to the Indiegogo page. We're going to be dropping different sort of deeper dive interviews with each individual person as we go, and hers will be one of the first.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yes, because Emily does play Jackie Driscoll in Island of the Stars. That is her character. So she's one of the main characters with Vernon. So look for her on screen in Australia.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, I guess I better go so I don't.
Yeah, please drive safe.
Thanks very much, Emily.
Thank you, Emily.
Tennis rematch soon.
Oh my god, yeah, let's do it, Tom.
Sounds good.
Bye,
Take
guys.
care.
Nice to meet you.
Bye. Good night. Drive.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye. So everybody, we're going to wrap this up in a minute, but obviously we're going to have a few last words from Tom, Lucinda, and Mike. I want to also thank Bonnie, because without Bonnie doing all the behind the scenes stuff for this live stream, she's far more computer savvy than I am, and I would not be able to have done this without her. So thank you, one of my best
Thank
friends,
you, Bonnie.
best
Awesome.
friends,
Yes.
and
Yes, we all thank
and
you.
collaborator. Yes, she's wonderful. So thank
Bonnie,
you,
you're
Bonnie.
amazing. And while you're doing it, Samantha, you've been amazing too.
Yes.
This is all about people coming together that are like-minded and helping each other out. And
Absolutely.
You didn't need to do this, but you did, and it shows a lot of both of your character, that you've given your time and you've taken it on, and you feel like part of the family now. So we're very grateful for you.
No, I really enjoyed this. I do enjoy the live streams. I have to admit, at first, my heart was beating out of my chest. I had to pick it up off the floor because I get nervous with live streams.
Mine too. Yeah.
But you know, I've really enjoyed it. I've met Tom and Vernon, and they're wonderful people. And if you can help a friend out, then help them out. And you know, anything in the future, if you need any more live streams, Bonnie and I would love to help you with that. Obviously, you know, so this is an amazing project. And you know, if it was something that wasn't going to be amazing, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to pass. I don't think we're going to do a live stream on this. I don't think it's going to work. I'm a bit busy washing my hair.
Or I would. Got a headache. Sorry, I've got a headache.
That's the classic, isn't it? Sorry, love, I've got a headache.
Sorry, I've got a headache.
So yeah, at the end of the day, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to meet you, Lucinda, a wonderful person. And
thank you.
Let's hope that people go in and want to be involved. The perks are amazing. They are amazing. I've done live streams before. These perks are fantastic. Meet and greets, VIP, dinner, McDonald's, sushi, whatever you want. It's going to be great. And then
Nando's,
and that too. Having your face on screen, having your name as a pirate, it's just fantastic. So please be involved in this. They are within the waiver rights. They are filming in production.
We support the strike and everything.
They support the strike and all the actors in the United States. They truly do, because I know Tom personally, and we've had many conversations, and he's 100% behind and in union. So this is an Australian production within a waiver. So just know that and be part of this amazing. Just look at the graphics on the trailer. That's just the graphics. No one's replaced with AI. Obviously, everyone uses AI, but no one's replaced, and that's the difference. So check the perks. Follow Lucinda on Instagram and
TikTok,
Facebook.
Instagram, and Facebook. Yep.
And the TikTok. I don't do the TikTok. I've got it. I don't do it. TikTok. I'm like, I haven't
All
got
the-
enough TikTok
all the
to be
young
on TikTok.
kids, all the young cool kids are on TikTok. Apparently,
Yeah.
Kids are doing it.
I know, TikTok. And I'm like, my granddaughter does it. I'm like, oh, I ain't got time for that. Anyway, and Tom is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Bonnie is on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all over my feed. So, and then Mike,
And
where
who
are
knows
you?
where else?
Mike Smith.
Mike
where
is
are you?
Mike's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook.
He's on Facebook.
Yeah, on
Vernon's
Facebook as
Facebook,
Barely
Instagram,
on Facebook.
Barely on
Yes.
Facebook.
and Emily will be
It's
on
certainly reachable
Facebook.
through Lumenactus. Yeah, we
Yes.
have our website, lumenactus.com, which is the production company, and we are certainly reachable there.
Okay, well, I'm going to say good night. Any last words before we say good night? First, Lucinda. Ladies first, Tom.
Ladies first. Oh. I just want to thank you guys for putting this together for us and helping sort of support us and support the project. Obviously, you know, it means a lot to us. And you know, one of the key things and one of the hardest things about indie filmmaking is raising financing and getting people to believe in your project. And doing campaigns like this, you know, there is, you know, there's a lot of work behind it. You know, we really do want our backers to feel like they're a part of the project. So we're open to always communicating with them and talking to anybody who wants to sort of get involved in the film and help support it. You know, we have avenues outside of the Indiegogo campaign for bigger sort of investments and things like that. So we're very open to that. And, you know, we love our indie films. This is the struggle. This is the hard part, getting the money, because you can't really get people attached until you have the money. It's a bit of a vicious loop, unfortunately. Sometimes you need the money to get people attached, but you need the people attached to get the money. So breaking that cycle is where we're kind of stuck. Yeah, it feels like a nightmare of a loop. So this is why we're doing the campaign. We're doing it to just get that initial sort of money to help get the right people involved, get our concept artists on board, get lawyers on board that can help us break that cycle and get real deals on the table, and hopefully get some of these actors that we're looking at involved in the project officially. And you know, we've got the script going out to actors even now, and we're hoping that they will jump on board as well. But yeah, it's just one of those things where things like this, you know, campaigns like this are super important for indie filmmakers like us, even though it's, you know, a relatively decent sized budget. It's not a studio. We don't have the support of the studio. We don't have, you know, big sort of money in our bank accounts, unfortunately. So getting everybody involved at this grassroots level is key for the success of for what we're trying to do. So any help is appreciated, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Lucinda Bruce. Thank you. And she's right. Sorry, Lucinda is right. Because we're not allowed to say she in my family.
All right.
So, who's she? The cat's mother?
She's the cat's mother, that's right.
Yeah, so I was always like, oh, sorry, Mom. Yeah, so she didn't read it. But yeah, so there is a lot, it's a true story. There is a lot of work that goes into this. And if you become involved, you'll find out how much work that goes into these film productions, how much time it takes, the behind the scenes, and you will be involved and be part of that. And you know, it's something, when you are part of something, you take it with you, the memories, and you can share with your family and friends too. Please share this interview, this live stream out to your friends. Go to the Indiegogo site and look at the trailer and see what you think, and follow people on social media for updates. They've got Island in the Stars pages on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and TikTok. So please follow them. Tom, last words for you, please.
Just, we want to express our gratitude for your support, your belief in our vision. These contributions for the crowdfunding campaign going to help us exceed our wildest dreams at this point. It's really nice to see it all coming together, both on the audience side and people enrolled in that, but also on the creative side with all of you coming together around it. You can see these are some great humans. Vernon and Emily and Mike and Lucinda and Bonnie and Samantha. These are people you want to spend time with. And you out there, you are the stars. You know, in Island in the Stars, your generosity basically turns everything we aspire to into a reality. And your belief in this project will bring us closer to sharing it with you and sharing it hopefully with the world. And we're all taking a journey here. It is more than just a crowdfunding campaign. We're kind of all sharing an adventure like the film. And your involvement right here at the beginning is making every step of this possible. And you are valued and you have an impact. You know, contributions, big or small, are going to leave a mark on this project, and your support helps us make leaps that otherwise are impossible, because we don't have, as Lucinda said, we don't have deep pockets. We are scrappy little independent storytellers, and you are helping fulfill this promise. We promise to make every moment, every scene, every frame worthy of your trust. And this ongoing partnership is something that you know, your name is going to be etched in there in our gratitude. And we, from the depths of my heart, I really want to thank you for being part of this and really bonding with us over this crowdfunding and the film. It just is a shared passion for the arts. And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As I said, go to the crowd, the websites. You have a website. Go there, look for updates on social media. Thank you for being here today on Chatbox with Sam. Please like and subscribe the channel. Tom also has a YouTube. Please like and subscribe on his. And and follow us on social media. And there'll be more to come. Stay tuned. Good night. Blessings to you all, and be safe and be kind to each other.
Thank you.
Right.
Au revoir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Ciao.
Tot then.
Adios.
Now, salute. Cheers.
Salute. Cheers.
I'm a bright star.